late, I think, but anyways, really great to see you here. And yeah, bear with me as I set everything up. As I said, I'm running late, so bear with me. And it'll be great to see everybody coming in here, and we'll see who we get, which will be quite interesting. So yeah, I just got to finish setting up here. I was a bit busy on the computer just setting a premiere for tomorrow, so I sort of got carried away doing that, and the minutes got away on me, so 7 minutes late, but it'll be interesting just to see who we get coming in here. I guess it's always a bit of an unknown with all of these, and you know, whether somebody would like to see a chocolate pudding made or not, I guess we don't know. So, you know, we'll see what happens there, and just get a few more ingredients together, and then we'll be starting. Okay, yes, just getting everything together here, and I better get a cup of coffee on here too. Definitely I'm needing my cup of coffee, so I better get that on, and it'll be interesting just to see who we've got come in here. All a bit quiet at the moment by the look of things, so just get this coffee on. Oh, Wild Edibles. Hi there, great to see you, Wild. Really lovely to see you. And yeah, we're just sort of setting up and waiting on a few people to come in. So better get my coffee on too. I haven't had my coffee yet today, so I better get that warming up. Oh, thank you so much, Wild. Watching chicks, wow. And I saw a Facebook group, I don't know if you follow Yogi Hollow Farm, Lisa, but her Cooney pig, Eleanor, gave birth a few hours ago, and yeah, she's got some babies, so I'm sure she's going to have a video coming up on that very, very soon. So I look forward to seeing that. And today's live stream, I'm going to make some self-sourcing chocolate pudding, so I should really get everything together and organised for that. Better get my coffee on. I'm needing that. Me without my coffee is not a good idea, Wild. I'm sure you're having a giggle at that. So I'll just get that on reheating or preheating, and we're going to start off with my ingredients, and I have things sort of written down on a screenshot here, so bear with me on that. Get that up. If I can. Oh, well, I thought I had it, but it doesn't look like I have, so I'm going to have to get things up here, so bear with me on that. Thought I had it. But anyways, I've been setting up a premiere tomorrow, which will premiere 7:30 p.m. Central Summer Standard Time, or Central Standard Summer Time. I don't know how you sort of say that, but I think you all know what I mean. So that will premiere then. We're just going to have to find that one and screenshot that one again. So just bear with me on that. I thought I had all the ingredients, so there you go. Well, I do, but I've got it. I got it screenshot, and I thought I sent it through to this device, but I got it screenshot on the phone that I'm actually filming with. So bear with me on that while I get this up. So it's just coming up and my coffee's warming up, and yeah, we'll have the ingredient list here pretty soon and we'll be all good. I know you're all wanting to see me cook, so yeah, sorry for keeping you all waiting, I guess. But we'll be up very, very soon with that. Of course, my nose is dripping again. Winter time here. Oh, I guess you could say, well, you get that. But anyways, you know, it is what it is. Just waiting on this to find the right frame where I've got the recipe on. I didn't sort of write the recipe down. It was one of my very early videos when I sort of used to put the recipe just up on screen, but I never wrote the recipe in the description back in the day. Well, I do put the recipe in the description now. Yeah, chilly weather does do that, yes. Yeah, that's for sure. So true on that one. But anyways, I'll get this screenshot here in a minute. And we'll... Oh, yes, 24. Yeah, I don't mind 24 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius, sorry, I work and think in Fahrenheit, not the metric stuff. So you sort of got to bear with me on that. Okay, so we've got the ingredient mix up here. So I want what do I want? Because I need to start with the butter. So I have it says quarter a stick of butter. Well, I'm using margarine today. So you're looking at about quarter a pound. So 4 ounces of butter. Well, I'll just guesstimate that. That's okay. So I'll get that out, and well, using margarine. So I'll measure that out, and we'll start cooking. And my coffee's nearly done. Lovely. So we'll just get back to chat here just to see who's coming on, because I seem to miss things. Otherwise, it flashes up on the main screen that quickly and then it's gone. Oh, nice pizza. Yeah, I'm not making pizza today. I'm going to be making a chocolate self-saucing pudding. So I'll just get out my margarine. I don't really like margarine, but it's cheap. I use it for baking, but I don't sort of use it on bread or toast, if you know what I mean. Or even a lot of cooking that things that you can taste the difference on. I won't use it for that either. I'm sure you can understand that. So I've just got that out, and I'll get rid of this. Oh, the Angry Atrox. Hi there, Todd. Great to see you. Great to see you. And I better get my scissors, and my coffee's done, so I better get that. Me without my coffee, it's not a good idea. Which I'm sure that's giving you all a real good giggle. And yeah, I've got a new coffee mate here, and oh, the way they stick the tops onto that, they don't want you to get into it. Obviously. Maybe they're intending you just to look at the coffee mate and not use it. Just joking on that one, of course. But I find coffee mate to be quite an essential in my coffee, so bear with me on that. I will be back in a minute. Well, less than a minute, I hope. And then we can start some cooking or baking or what have you. I'm definitely going to have to make another pot of coffee, I know that, because I made this one last night, and there's not much left. So I got my coffee. I'll just go and grab my milk to go in. I like to put some milk too, but I need the milk anyways for my baking, so it's good to grab it anyways. A big half a gallon of UHT milk, and the worst thing is trying to get it out of these. I mean, to pour out of these without milk splashing everywhere. It can be quite a chore. But anyways, here we go. Oh, I better go and get my scissors. I need to open my brown sugar. And I remind everybody, if you haven't already, please smash the thumbs up, as we always need more of those. Always need more of those. And please don't forget the links down below. I have a link to my merchandise store. There's a membership link. I'd love to get some members on my channel. Oh, hi there, Mike. Great to see you as well. Mike Caveman Savage. Awesome to see you, Mike. Oh, yeah, copy. I much appreciate that, Mike, because I know Wild has got it running as well, so, you know, really appreciate. And, of course, we're talking Wild as a Wild Edibles. And I'm a bit busy, so if some of my mods could run the links of everybody here, that would be really much appreciated. I should measure out my sugar as well, because I'm going to start off just by creaming the butter and sugar. So I better get this up where I had it, the ingredient list, where I screenshot things. So I want 1 cup of brown sugar, so I've got a new packet of that. And yeah, I don't sort of use white sugar in this recipe at all, so it really adds to the richness. But if you make this one yourself, you can always just substitute a lot of the brown sugar for white sugar, just to reduce the cost, of course. Brown sugar does cost more. Although I know that there's a few people who have got videos up of how to actually make your own brown sugar. So, you know, do check those out. I'm trying to think who has the videos. But yeah, they're really wonderful videos. So I want 1 cup of brown sugar. So we're talking about an 8-ounce cup here. For my metric friends, a cup is 250 mils. So we'll just get this all measured out. I want it firm, but I won't sort of push it really that hard down into it. This probably isn't the ideal cup for this job, but it will do, you know, right down the bottom like that. But anyways, never mind. I'll just put a bit more in, just to make sure I've got that. And probably a bit extra sweetness doesn't hurt, because I'm such a sour old bitch anyways. I know you're all going to have a giggle at that that one. Oh yes, you have no videos or content. All good. I'll just shove in the sugar here, and I'll just start creaming things together. And I sort of can't put too much here on this table because it shakes around. I really need a new table, more stable for these cooking videos, but anyways. And I need a new electric mixer. I had a hand mixer and it's died on me, so makes the job a bit difficult too when I'm doing this. I could hear a whisk, and I don't know if it's really ideal, but and I know one reason too why I use brown sugar, because it'll cream together a lot quicker than white sugar. I do have here I want half a teaspoon of vanilla. I might as well just shove that in now, just help things come together. I normally wouldn't. I'd normally cream things a lot more, but this is sort of what I've got here. So I'll just add that in and cream things together a bit more. And I might even get my scraper back into it instead of this whisk. I thought this whisk might work better than the scraper, but or pot liquor as Andy calls it, of Page Family Homestead, my journey back. I might sort of swap this out once I've sort of got the this sort of course I won't want it to fold the flour in, so best if I, you know, take it out by then. I need eggs, so I'll just start off by putting one egg in and mixing that through. And I'll mix one in and then I'll mix the other one in, and we should be all good there. And just see what I've missed here. Oh, Ghost Pinky's Kitchen. Hi there, Ghost. Great to see you. Oh, wow, that sounds awesome. You have a bunch of eggs to your neighbour, had overload from chickens. Wow. Yeah, I wish I had chickens. I'm not allowed to have them here. Otherwise I would, because, you know, the cost of eggs, it's getting crazy. And the cheapest free-range eggs that I could see in the supermarket yesterday was $5 for a dozen. But some brands, you're even looking at like about up to $10 for a dozen of free-range eggs. Absolutely crazy. So basically I want to mix this together just until it's not curdled looking, you know, so that your eggs are all well incorporated with your butter and sugar mix. Oh, it'd be much easier if I did have an electric blender, but my electric blender died, and I need a new one. But that won't be happening unless YouTube is kind. You know what I mean? Because the cost of living here, they're sort of paying more and more and more for groceries and everything. An electric mixer becomes sort of like a luxury, which, you know, sounds terrible, doesn't it? And I'd love an air fryer too. An air fryer, dehydrator, you know, the whole lot in one. But that becomes like a luxury too. I sort of can't afford to get one at the moment. Oh, Unpaved Explorer. Hi there, John. You really like pudding? Banana pudding is your favourite? Wow. Oh, I'd love banana pudding, but the cost of bananas at the moment, the cheapest this week, you're looking at about $4 a kilogram, so just under $2 a pound. And you're generally looking about half or a third of that price when, you know, the normal price or what bananas should be. So it's crazy, the prices. And of course they weren't really very nice looking bananas either. So I'll wait until there's some nicer ones, as I'm not going to be paying that much money for second-rate looking bananas. You know what I mean? Just washing the egg off my fingers here. I should reheat or preheat my oven for when I want it. I'm going to preheat that to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I should translate that for those of you who use metric. And I'll just whip this egg through here. Yes, everything does cost so much. It's crazy. The cheapest brown sugar I could get it was actually quite nice brown sugar. It's CSR brown sugar. That was $3 for a kilo. Or was it $4? So you're looking at about 2.5 pounds, 2.2 pounds of that. It's sort of a bit over double the price of white sugar. I should really get some molasses and make my own. And I thought, oh, I'll look and see if there's any molasses in at the shops. And I didn't see any, otherwise I would have, at the supermarket, otherwise I would have got some and made my own brown sugar. But yeah, everything costs are crazy, yes. I'm making a chocolate self-saucing pudding. I think I put it down in the title of this live, or I hope I did. You know, it's not a real difficult recipe to make. It's really quite a simple recipe, good for a live stream, but it does take a bit of time, of course, to bake it. I'll just sit that there. I'll just have to wipe up the sticky mess from that after. and we'll move on to some more of our ingredients. Okay, I want 2 cups of self-raising flour. And quarter a cup, oh no, not quarter a cup, Arielle Blue. 3/4 a cup of cocoa. So I guess if I do it in about 3 lots, because I'm going to have to mix some milk in with this too, I'll want a cup of milk. Whether I use the whole cup of milk or not, I don't know. It often does vary on the day, so and I might just put all the cocoa in first and mix that through first. That'll make the job easier. And of course, getting my cup of milk. That's why I use this one for the milk, because the marks aren't really the best on this one anymore. They'll show up with milk, but they won't show up that beautifully with flour and that. So we have a cup of milk. I'll just set that aside so I don't tip things over when this table shakes. This little table, I need a new little table. This one I've got's a real shocker, but that won't be happening unless YouTube's extra kind to me. I did see quite a good plastic topped portable table at Kmart. A bit bigger than this one, but just perfect for cooking. But you're looking at $50 for that. Oh, we've got cocoa sort of out here everywhere in the middle of the... And this is a new packet, not even open, so... I wonder what's going on there. Not real well sealed, I guess. But anyways, it is what it is. I've got to be careful here not to make a blasted mess. Otherwise, you'll all be giggling at me. So 3/4 a cup, 6 ounces here. Move that out of the way, back down. Because I'm sure you'd like to see what's going into that. And of course, if I make a mess, cocoa going everywhere. I know that you'll like to see that, although I don't like to see it. And already got cocoa going everywhere. I'll have to wipe that up a bit later. Try not to have too much cocoa going everywhere. This is Coles brand, and actually it's looking a nice dark colour, so just open this, get a bit of breeze coming through. With a hot oven. I need a new oven too. It sort of smokes a bit, my oven, and it was a cheap oven with not stainless steel sides inside, so I definitely need a new oven, and I wouldn't be buying one that's sort of lined with galvanized iron ever again. Much nicer if they're lined with stainless steel. And I'll put the cocoa in first because that's the easiest, and it will make sure it's sort of incorporated. And I'll fold that through. Somebody's dropped a message and I missed that, so bear with me there. Oh yes, Wild, yes. Caveman was here, yes. Just got back from walking the pup, awesome. Oh, chocolate pudding's your favourite, awesome. I hadn't had it for ages. I sort of haven't made it for like a year or something. Maybe 2 years. Oh no, I need this one. I need to make it again. So I'm just going to fold the cocoa in with my butter and sugar mix and eggs and everything. Folding it in, hopefully not making a dusty mess. I think cocoa even flies around worse than flour. But yeah, once I've got this all incorporated, I'll add a little bit of milk. And start adding my flour. Doesn't sort of take a lot of time to prepare this one. Takes longer to cook than it does prepare. Or me yapping takes long with a live stream than it to actually prepare as well. I know you're all having a giggle at that. I forgot to share this out too, otherwise I should have messaged Jocelyn and everybody to come in, but well, I guess if she sees it, she sees it on her alerts. I sort of don't have time to message her on Messenger at the moment. And I'll remind everybody of tomorrow's premiere. And of course, this is quite a marathon video that I've got tomorrow, so I'm sure that there won't be anybody watching it through completely, but I'd love to see people come in and out of the chat room for that one. I want 2 cups of self-raising flour. So I'm going to measure those out too, of course. And then I'll sort of just put that in by thirds and a bit of milk and everything, and just sort of mix it bit by thirds, if you know what I mean. So we're looking at 16 fluid ounces on the measure, or 500 mils on the measure, 2 cups. And of course, during these times, it's always good to have plenty of flour on hand. And you know, if you can have self-raising flour, but otherwise have you know, just your all-purpose flour and plenty of baking powder, baking soda, that sort of thing to make your own. But of course, you still want to have that on hand anyways, you know, your baking powder, because sometimes your recipes might call for it. Even if you're using self-raising flour, they might call for it. And of course, you know, it's good to have on hand if you can't always get self-raising flour. And I know they always sell self-raising flour here at the same price as plain flour, so I'll sort of buy both. So I'm just measuring out the self-raising flour. And I'll sort of just fold it in by thirds, and fold a third in, and then about a third of the milk, and then another third of the flour, and you know. So we got 2 cups of that. So getting about a third, I mean, doesn't have to be exact. You will get it sort of pretty well exact by the end of the cook up or mix up or what have you. So there you go. So I'll just fold this in, and then I'll add a bit of milk once I've sort of got things folded in and the dust all gone. So I don't want to have a dusty mess if I can avoid it. So just folding this in and having another sip of my coffee. And of course it is getting quite dry, this mix, so it'll be good to add some milk to that. And I'll add about a third of the milk I've got. Or maybe a half, you know, whatever comes out. Of course, you know, the job would be easier if I did have an electric mixer, but I think it's sort of a good way to show on this live that you can sort of do without electric mixers if you must. And of course, if you had a gas-fired oven or like a, you could probably do it in a Dutch oven too, on a campfire. But if you're somewhere where you didn't have electricity, you could still make this one, you know, totally by hand. So just mixing that through, and who do we have here at the moment? Please do say hello and let yourself be known. It says here at the moment we've got 5 on, but we've had 8 on, we've had 10 on at times, so I think people are just coming and going, which is all good. I should get my knife to scrape that off, but this beater will do. And of course I'm going to use this beater a bit later on when I make the sauce to go with. And I'll actually make the sauce in the same bowl. Of course, those of you with kids, the kids probably wouldn't be so happy to hear this because they don't get to lick the bowl out after I've mixed this up. And I know when I was a little girl, of course, would always want to get near if somebody was baking to mix the bowl out, to clean the bowl out at the end. Cake dough, cookie dough. And of course, as a little girl, I love to cook and I love to bake. I haven't sort of done much baking for many, many years, and I don't really have the equipment to do a lot of baking. Otherwise, I'd do a lot more and get back into it because it's something I really enjoyed doing, and I've sort of lost touch with doing it because I haven't sort of done much for a long time. Oh, thank you, Wild. Great to see you're still here with us. I don't know if Todd's still here with us. We did have Todd earlier of the Angry Aatrox. And of course, Todd does have a couple of channels. So Roundup Rodeo, the Angry Aatrox, Arielle Adventures, which is his drone channel, and Odie's Adventures, I think it is his dog channel. I should look it up because I follow all of those, so I should look that up. But you know what it's like when you get doing a cooking live stream, you get a bit busy. So I'm just basically going to fold this flour in just until it's incorporated, and then I'll add some more milk. And dampen this all down. And then I'll add the last of the flour. I won't sort of add the last of the milk yet. I just want, I don't know, about a third of the cup or a quarter of a cup just to dampen everything down at the end after I've incorporated my last lot of flour. And now, oh, great to see you're still here, Mike. Oh, chocolate is your favourite. Awesome. I'm glad I wore this old hoodie too because I've got cocoa here on this one. This one, if it gets a few cooking stains, doesn't matter. Probably should wear aprons, but I don't currently have any aprons. And reminding everybody of tomorrow's premiere, I got that set. It was quite a marathon to upload the video too, you know, and for it to render out on YouTube. About a 40 gigabyte file, or it was a 40 gigabyte file, of course shot in 4K. So it did take a while to render and upload and all that, but we've got it up, and it's got a day to process up to full 4K, so that's all good. Although I don't know if Premiere's show in 4K. I think Premiere will only show at about a maximum of 1080, I think. But then straight after the Premiere, the video will be available in full 4K. But it's about 2¼ hours in length. So I don't expect anybody to watch the whole sitting unless you're about to go to bed and go to sleep and just let it run, and that's sort of the purpose of that one. outdoors with views of rain and ducks and birds and you know, all the natural sounds. It took a while to edit, but it didn't take as long to edit as I thought it would. You know, even though I had about 3 hours of footage to get through, it was actually shorter than a cooking video where I might have about 2 hours of footage where I want to cut, you know, that down to about 30 minutes. You know, that'll often end up being like about 10 or 15 hours of editing. A 2-hour video was only about 8 hours of editing, you know, the outdoor, because it's just really playing through everything and just, you know, cutting out a few things that you mightn't want. But not going back and forth and, you know, trying to decide what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of, because, you know, it's for sleeping, it's not really telling a story or what have you. So, yeah, a lot less work. But then, you know, you made up for that with the time it took to upload and process. Oh, Mr. J, hi there, great to see you. Yeah, that one's a good one, Wild, to play to make your chicks chill. You know, there might be a few dogs barking, or you might hear people talking in the distance on the walking trail, but that's about it. I think I've got rid of all the talking where people on the walking trail, but I might have missed, you know, one or two. And, you know, an airplane or two flying over, I hope that I've cut them out. I tried to anyways. So I'm going to add the final third of my self-raising flour, and I'll mix that through. And then I'll just mix the final bit of the milk in. And then we'll get it into its bowl and, or you know, cooking vessel, and make the sauce to pour on over the top. And I'll just fold the rest of this through, just so we don't get a real dusty mess. And then I'll put the last of the milk in, and oh, Hope for Life, hi there, Jocelyn. Yeah, I sort of got a bit busy trying to upload and set a video for tomorrow's premiere, and I didn't sort of get the oh yes, love the clickbait. I'm sure a few people had a giggle at the clickbait on my shopping haul video yesterday too. And that's actually me wearing the bra that I bought in the shopping haul. So, you know, it's a bit clickbaity, but it's, you know, it sort of, you know, applies to the video. And then I thought, well, I'll add a bit more clickbait to this one, even though I won't be tired like I was there for that video. But, you know, add a bit of clickbait, and those who have a sense of humour will get a giggle. Thank you, Jocelyn, for reminding everybody of the like button. I need more of those. I think everybody has, because it's showing 8 thumbs up and we've got 7 here, so nearly everybody has. I think we might have had 10 people at one stage. Oh yes, laughing your ass off. Well, it fits well, yes. And yeah, I'm sure it gave, you know, a few giggles, so if we can. And you know what? I've got more click-through rate on for my shopping haul video on that clickbaity thumbnail, so I might have to keep putting the clickbait on the thumbnails just to get some more clicks. Crazy, isn't it? I just checked my oven that it's preheating nicely, and I'll go and get my big container to put this into. Excuse me for coughing. I got this big one yesterday. I was at a thrift store and I saw it. I thought, oh, beautiful. $5 at a thrift store. So it'll be just perfect for this this cookup. I should really get some parchment paper and get my margarine back and actually grease that a bit just to make it a bit easier to get out. Or make it not stick so hard when I bake it, I guess. Just as well, I did check my oven too. It's the timer clicked off, and being not a very good oven, once the power is switched off on it, or the elements are switched off on it, it'll cool down very quickly. It doesn't sort of hold the heat very well like an expensive oven. Oh, thank you, Wild. Yes, it was quite a good buy for that price. I've been wanting a big baking dish like that for, well, it actually looks like it's out of a crock pot. You know, for making puddings in and slow cooked stews and, you know, that sort of thing. So I just put the last of my milk in. I'm just going to mix this through. Oh, I should check how much water I want for the sauce. Because I think I'll need to warm the water up, just from memory. Three cups hot water, so if I've got 2 cups in and warm them up in the microwave and then 1 cup of cold water in together, because I'll only get 2 cups in this thing. So if I just do that now and get that on and heating up. Oh yes, if you saw my shopping video, shopping haul, yeah, these store brand Cocoa Puffs. Yes, they're a lot cheaper than the Kellogg's, but they're only about half as nice too. Half the price and half as nice. Ariella, you're a poet and you don't know it. I shouldn't be talking such shit on you like that, but I'm sure it'll give you a giggle. So I'll just get this water on to heat up. I thought some of you who watched the shopping haul would be interested just to see that and how good the those store brand Cocoa Puffs actually were. But yeah, they're definitely not as nice as Kellogg's. They certainly didn't taste just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy, you know, the Kellogg's advertising jingle. They certainly weren't as good as that. I'm sure you're all having a giggle at that, and you probably knew that that would be the case. So I'll just get two cups of water on, just to be fairly hot to boil. While I finish mixing that through, and I'll just scrape this off. I'm going to use this beater again when I mix up the sauce. And of course, you know, any bits of chocolate or you know, baking dough or whatever will go in with the sauce, and it'll be just lovely anyways. So I'll just give this a quick bowl through. I'll get some margarine. I only buy margarine and use it for baking, and especially for dishes where you can get by with using it. You know, a container like this, I'm looking at about $2 to $3 for a pound of margarine. Whereas half a pound of butter, I'm looking at about $5 for half a pound of butter. At least $5. So it's cheaper than butter for that job. But I don't particularly like margarine very much, so I'm not going to put it on my toast or on my bread. And I better check to see what I've missed here, because I've probably missed heaps and heaps and heaps of messages. And then once I've got this on baking, we'll have a bit of a chat for a while until it's baked, and you know, good time just to catch up with everybody's news and whatnot. Yes, the sugar. Oh yes, that's great information there. Hope slow cooker removable crockery inserts without lid may be used safely in the microwave, and the oven set up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I'll be setting my oven. I've got my oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That'll be enough for this. The sugar content in that. LOL. Yes, not something to eat every day, Hope, just something for a special occasion. I mean, the sugar content in all puddings, unless you're making it sugar-free, is pretty high, I know. I'd actually use the fake sugar if it was cheaper. The fake sugar I've got is able to be used for baking, but it's that darn expensive, and even if it's on special, I'll just wash my hands off. I've got butter everywhere, or margarine. But yeah, this one can be used for baking. This size, it's equivalent to 2 pounds of sugar. But it's when it's on special, I can get it for $4.50. But the full price is just under $6. Whereas a pound of sugar, 2 pounds of sugar, you're looking at about $1.50 now. And I mean, that's gone up, you know, it's 50% more expensive than what it was at the start of the year. 2 pounds of sugar was just under $1. So, you know, the way the prices are, it's just absolutely bloody crazy. Oh, yes, the cereal sugar content, yes. True, I don't usually eat cereal, actually. But I hadn't sort of had the Cocoa Puffs for years and years and years. And I was really craving them. Well, this glass bowl isn't the best for picking up to... So you might see an Ariella blooper moment where I drop the bowl and stuff goes everywhere. This bowl's a bit heavy. I really need one of those good plastic or metal mixing bowls, the one with the handle on. But I ain't got one. Oh yes, good one, Hope. Pudding sugar content is irrelevant because it's a must-have. Well, you know those Cocoa Puffs though, if I do have them, I didn't sort of put any sugar with them because I got enough sugar in with the mix, you know, the cereal, that you certainly don't want to add any extra with your milk. But it was actually a bit disappointing because they weren't as nice as the Cocoa Pops. So I'm just spreading that out across the bottom. Sorry kids, I don't have any kids. I'm going to mix the sauce up in that. So that sort of cuts out the joy of licking the bowl. Oh yes, your sister found out that the Special K strawberry was the lowest sugar content and tasted the best. Well, we do have Special K here, but I've never seen the strawberry one. That's interesting. I should look out for that. So we've just spread that over the bottom of the bowl, and I'll just get a cloth and have a wipe up here, just to get rid of the sticky mess that I've got. And then we'll start making our sauce. And I know, yeah, if you're going to make this one at home, Jocelyn, yeah, you probably wouldn't dare to make the sauce in the same bowl as you did the batter for the pudding, because the kids would be just about fighting you to lick the bowl. So just getting some hot water, and yes, that is hot. And I want a cup of cold water to add to this as well. Yeah, they love that ritual. Although I bet they you get a few fights of who's going to get that and who's going to get the bowl, I'm sure. So yeah, this hot water will just melt the batter mix nicely. And I mean, this batter, it's all good So why not incorporate it into the sauce? And of course, you know, the flour cooks out of it and does help the sauce to thicken a little bit. Not that you need to, because you know, it does sort of mix a little bit with the pudding batter. Oh yes, you've seen them hit each other. Who gets the bowl and spoon? The beaters don't scoop up enough to get a good mouthful. I'm having a giggle at that, Jocelyn. It is giving me a giggle, that one. And I know exactly what you mean. I'll just scrape this off a bit where it's sort of spilled over a bit where I poured it out into the cooking vessel. I will want the beater anyways to beat all this in. And yeah, I should mix up the, oh, I've got chocolate batter on my fingers. Taste tested that anyways. So I want half a cup cocoa and 1 cup brown sugar. So if I get my cocoa first and put that in here and mix that through, and then I'll get my brown sugar. And it is looking nice dark cocoa, even though it's a supermarket brand. So, oh, there was a cheaper supermarket brand of cocoa, but this said it's Dutch cocoa, so it should be good, I hope. So half a cup of cocoa, so you know, 4 ounces. This was about $2 cheaper for this package than what the Nestle brand was of the same size. So it smells good and looks good. So hopefully it's as good as the Nestle cocoa. And I'll definitely be doing some more baking with this. You know, maybe some cookies or whatever. So I should put that into a jar a bit later and seal it up. I've got a good amount left over. I haven't missed anything. Lovely. Because you know, things do get missed here at times. So I mix that through really well, and that's why I did get my beater. And I should get the other cup of water too. I'm just going to go with cold water. It should be hot enough. The water with the water near boiling point. The 2 cups I put in, and I want 3 cups of water. So let's grab another cup of that. So throwing that in. And I want 1 cup of brown sugar. So this is quite a rich one, uses brown sugar, a lot of other recipes. Oh yes, chocolate bread pudding. I think it was sort of a favourite of everybody, this one. Such an old-fashioned pudding recipe that's much, much, much loved and never, never, never forgotten. I've got to find a recipe. I had one written down for a butterscotch pudding. Same sort of principle. It's a self-saucing one. And it was absolutely delicious too. And I haven't had it for years and years and years. I need to make that one again. But I need to find the recipe. So mix it. So measuring out an 8-ounce cup of this one. Brown sugar. I mean, you could use white sugar half and half to cut the cost a little bit. But brown sugar really does give, you know, another extra level of richness and a wonderful rich flavour. So, oh, I better put my oven back on. You know, too busy talking. I would have had this in the oven before. Long ago, if I wasn't sort of live streaming it, but I think you know, cooking live stream is, you know, a good way to do my cooking videos. And I seem to get more engagement with a cooking live stream than I do with just a straight out cooking video. So we'll go with that. And I seem to get better engagement with my outdoor videos and some shopping hauls and that sort of thing than what I do with cooking videos. So, you know, we just go with where we get the engagement, really. So I'm just sort of mixing that through. I know some sort of, you know, they'll just sprinkle the cocoa on top and the sugar on top and just put plain water with. But I think if you take the time to mix those sauce ingredients, you actually get a far nicer result, I feel. That's the way I see it anyway. Sorry kids, you're not going to get an awful lot to lick off the bowl here. I know you dare not do it like that at home, Jocelyn, if you were making this one yourself. You'd have to use 2 bowls, palm the bowl and the mixer and everything off to your kids. And then start with a new bowl. I'll just pour this out on top. Oh dear, we got a few splashes here, but it doesn't matter. And I was using the spatula just to stop it pouring so hard into the batter. And I have here a lid. I'll just put the lid on. I'll wash my hands because I've got chocolate batter on them. And I'll put the lid on and I'll put this in to bake into my oven, I think for about 40 minutes. Although I will go and check things at 30 minutes. I've never made chocolate pudding in this oven, so it's hard to say how long it'll take. You know, 30 to 45 minutes, I believe. So I've got a glass lid. I'll just say it's heat proof on this, so I'll put that on. If you don't have that, you could always cover with some aluminum foil, as you don't want it to dry out or burn so much on top. So you sort of want to cover it just for that reason. So I'll put this into my oven, and we'll have a bit of a wash up, and we'll have a bit of a chat and share news and what have you. So putting this on and trying to feed it in my oven that I can get it in, because the oven's not really that big for such a big container. So it doesn't really give you room to get it in. You've sort of got to pull the thing out on the shelf to get it in. But all good, we've got it in now, so I'll set it for 45 minutes, but I'll check it at 30. And so we just get that in to cook. Yeah, it's heat-proof glass, that one, Jocelyn. I don't think it's the original lid for that. I think it might be off a glass casserole dish. It doesn't sort of fit exactly. It's a little bit smaller than the pot. Just get some hot water to soak everything, and I think I'm going to have another cup of coffee, so I'll get that on over here too. And of course we'll have a bit of a wipe up here and clean up the mess I've made. And then I'll have to get some more coffee on brewing and give us a chance to have a chat. Oh, I better plug this thing into my power bank too, or we'll grind to a halt. I forgot to do it earlier, and we've been running a good hour, so hopefully I'm not doing it too late. Oh, we're at 39% this thing's saying, so I might have just caught things in time. Because power banks don't really put out a lot of power at once. They sort of just a real trickle compared to like your phone charger. They don't sort of put things out at a real good rate. so I'm just getting some more water into my water filter. With all the junk and muck and stuff they put in the water here, you really need to filter it for your coffee. Oh yeah, oh sorry Dope, the booty shot, wow, yeah, sort of busy doing other things, not really thinking of that. I mean, if I'm making a video instead of a live stream, I, you know, would edit that out. That might just sort of live in the blooper reel. If you know what I mean. I'm just, yeah, I'm just thinking, getting my coffee on, and I'll have to rinse my coffee pot out. And we'll get that on and brewing. I'm not sure the booty shot works as a clickbait either, Jocelyn, so what do you think? Should I put that clickbait on the thumbnail for the outdoor video tomorrow? Relax video? What do you think, Jocelyn? I know you'll be giggling at that. Well, if I put about 6 cups of water in, that should be all good. Oh, I wonder if I've got 6 scoops of coffee here. I might have to open another coffee packet. Oh, if it's working, keep going. Yep. Good point there, Jocelyn. Good point. Yeah, whether I've got any extra clicks with the clickbait on this one, Jocelyn, I don't know. But if I keep putting the same shot up, people get used to that clickbait and it won't sort of do its job. You know, there's one channel I follow, it's an outdoor bushcrafting channel, and she puts the same clickbait shot, you know, on every thumbnail, you know, posting the layer of her on the thumbnail, like what I did with that, with the, you know, 2 layers, you know, using the Canva. So you sort of see the new video, and you're expecting it to be all the same every time. So I wonder, and we should ask the guys about that, if that's made the clickbait lose effect, because it's the same, you know, rear end photo of her every time. Oh yes, I want the guts to go. That's what I came here to do, to get the guts to go into my coffee percolator. I sort of got talking about clickbait. So, you know, you've got the glass ring and the glass sort of funnel thing for my percolator. I do have one of those mocha machines too, but I actually think The mocha machine's good, and especially like if you're going to go outside to use it or camping or whatever. It's really good for that. But the percolator, I think, is even nicer copy than the mocha machine. And of course, I think mocha machines are far nicer than those whiz-bang expensive cafe machines. You know, barista machines. Which of course, you know, the barista machine is nicer than what you'd make in a French press. But of course, you know, the quickest and easiest of the lot is a French press, of course. I have here, it's a 1 tablespoon measure, so, you know, whatever it says cups in the percolator, I like to add 1 tablespoon of ground coffee to each cup of water. What have I got? That's 5 cups. Maybe I'll put a bit more in because some of these tablespoons, it wasn't sort of filled to the brim of the tablespoon. And I love my coffee. Love my coffee too much. So I'm just going to put that on, and I'll put it on high just till it heats up, and then drop the temperature down. And of course, getting the glass lid. Otherwise, we'll get steam not going back through the grounds. Oh, I'm going to have to go and do a rubbish bin run in a minute too, but I'll just put this brown sugar into a container I've got just to keep it. You know, just to stop it from drying out and to keep it good. I've got an empty Hermesatus jar. I mean, there's a little bit of Hermesatus there in it, but it doesn't matter because it's only sugar going into it, so I'm not going to worry too much. Oh, your own cold coffee. It's really good with a big... do you mean cold brewed coffee, Wild? Yeah, cold brewing is good, and I do cold brew coffee at times, and especially in the summertime. I think I've even showed a video where I sort of compare some coffee cold brewed and hot brewed. I forget which video it was, but it is there somewhere. But yeah, I'm going to put this rest of this brown sugar, it's about half the packet, into this jar, and you know, put the lid on, and it will keep it. Oh, and I'll remind everybody of the links down below. A donation link if somebody would like to donate to my channel. And of course, donations go towards the cost of YouTube, you know, the cost of the data, buying new equipment, paying for, you know, sometimes ingredients. Oh, wow, that sounds good, Wild. Cool it down more with frozen cherries. Oh, 1 teaspoon cocoa to cold coffee with a bit of cream. So, yeah, basically you're making what in some places is called a mocha, which is, you know, a coffee chocolate blend. That's sort of really delicious. You can do the same with Milo or Ovaltine with your coffee as well. If you were doing instant coffee, 1 teaspoon as you normally would with your instant Nescafe coffee, and then one teaspoon of Ovaltine or Milo. Oh, Moon over Miami. Hi there, Moon. Great to see you. Well, this is starting just to boil, so I just reduced the heat a bit. Yeah, chocolate pudding's in the oven, Moon, so look forward to that being cooked up. I'll just press this. I'm putting my new packet of brown sugar that I opened to make. Yeah, love your chocolate. The cherries were a nice touch. I didn't think so, but yeah, it is yummy. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I have heard of cherries dipped in chocolate, so, you know, like people do with strawberries, so why not? Yeah, even if I seal this bag up with a peg, it still dries out, so it should be better in a jar, I think. And I didn't have any brown sugar on hand, so it's always good to have some on hand for when I want to do baking. And I should do more baking. I used to really enjoy doing it as a little girl, and I was not too bad at it, but I hadn't sort of done very much of it for years and years and years, and so out of touch with it. So you should do more. You know, I love homemade cakes and homemade cookies and things. So yeah, we'll put that into a jar and we'll seal that up. And that will keep that just nicely. And I'll have to go and do a trash run and take my trash out. Bin night tonight. The bin fairies are coming tonight, so get the bin filled up so they've got plenty to take. Sticky fingers again, so washing this off. And yeah, I'll just run that bin out and run that trash out to the bin, and then it's gone. And of course just putting some more hot water with some more things I've got soaking to make it easier to wash. Of course, that's the worst thing of baking. You always seem to get a lot of washing up after. And isn't washing up fun? I know everybody's having a giggle at my statement there, because we all know just how much fun it really is. About as much fun as, well, probably more fun than that. I was going to say as much fun as visiting the dentist, but yeah, there's not much that's worse than visiting the bloody dentist. So yeah, I should say half the fun of visiting the dentist. But I'll just go and get rid of this trash, and we'll have another wipe up here, and we'll see how everybody's going and if everybody's got some news to share. Get rid of these glasses, I don't need them out there. And of course, just waiting on my coffee. I'll just finish wiping up here. Oh yes, thanks so much, Hope. We'll see you later. And I really enjoy you. I really appreciate you watching. Yeah, 9:21 p.m. where you are. So yeah, we've been running an hour and 44 minutes, so I know time does get away. I'll remind everybody of tomorrow's premiere, 7:30 Central Time. We're talking about the United States and Canada. And that's quite a marathon. It's 2 hours and a quarter. 2 hours 14, I think it is. 2 hours 14 minutes. So I know not everybody's going to watch that in completion, but a good one just to let play when you're trying to get to sleep. And I do think I'll be back live Friday evening from about 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to make another fried rice production line, and this time it's going to be Indonesian fish fried rice, or nasi goreng ikan bilis, because I'll be putting some salted fish in. So hopefully we get a few views there, and I'll have to put that'll be Saturday morning for me, so I'm going to put my rice on to cook tomorrow. So that's in 2 days' time. I'll put my rice on to cook tomorrow and then have it in the refrigerator for 24 hours just before I want it to fry up. It always works best if you pre-cook your rice for fried rice, and if you've got a rice cooker, it's ideal. And when you cook it for fried rice, it's always best if you add slightly less water than what's indicated for the absorption method, as you want your rice to be just very slightly underdone for fried rice. And of course, if it's overdone, it's no good. It just breaks apart the rice grains and they go all soggy and yucky. And you know, so you know, a tip for somebody who's made fried rice for years and made it in Asia and learnt in Asia, slightly undercook your rice. You know, just so it's still firm. You don't want it to be mushy. So I'm just sort of having a wipe up here. Get rid of all the sticky messes I've made. It looks like my coffee should be ready in about 15 minutes. And my chocolate pudding has been cooking or baking for 15 minutes now. I think that large container like that, we're going to want maybe 45 minutes baking, I think. And just wiping up this sugar here that I missed. Yeah, I don't mind risotto, but yeah, I much prefer fried rice. And I do prefer over risotto a paella. If you want to make sort of a risotto similar dish, I think a paella is far nicer than risotto too. I mean, I don't mind risotto, but it's not my favourite. Just having a wipe up here. I was here frying up something. Oh, well, actually, I was frying up a steak the other night, and still got fat splatters here everywhere. And if I was going to be really unhealthy, I'd actually put a bit of brown sugar in with my coffee. That really gives a nice taste. But I'm going to have something rather sweet with a lot of sugar with the chocolate pudding. So, you know, better just use fake sugar in my coffee and reduce the sugar consumption a little. Go and get my coffee made. Get my cup and everything. Get ready for when this coffee's fully brewed. And of course we can share, you know, a bit of channel news with everybody, what everybody's got to share. while we wait for the chocolate pudding to finish cooking and have our taste test. Just checking my video that I'm working on the computer. I'm just checking to see if it's rendering up on YouTube. Oh yes, Wild, if you have creamy rice, I will make rice pudding. Oh yeah, rice pudding is brilliant. Yes, it's one thing I've got to make again too. I haven't sort of made it for years, and definitely need a rice pudding cook-up for sure. Yeah, rice pudding and custard. Yes, that don't make me hungry like that, Wild. Because yeah, that's another thing I hadn't had for years, and I really love it. I don't know if you've ever done it, but if you ever put bananas in with your rice pudding, absolutely brilliant and delicious. So I'm just waiting for this to percolate up fully, and then, you know, I'll put the stove aside and sit down and enjoy a coffee and wait for this just to finish cooking. Or wait for my pudding to finish baking. And, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hadn't sort of had it for a year or a couple of years, and it's something I should do more often. I don't always have all the baking ingredients either, and something I should do more often. And of course, for anybody who hasn't done so, please catch the video that I put up yesterday. A Tuesday upload, which was unusual. I actually meant it to premiere, or Tuesday premiere, which is unusual. I actually meant it to premiere on Monday evening, but I messed the days up when I was set. It was supposed to, oh, we've just clicked in and out, so if you missed some of my yapping away. But yeah, I set it a day later than what I meant to. So instead of messing around and trying to set it a day earlier, once I saw my mistake, I just let it go on Tuesday. You know, since the alert went out and everything saying it'd be on Tuesday evening, I just left it at that. Oh yes, some idiot flying over here again in a helicopter. I think they fly up and down the creek, and we know which idiots it is that fly up and down with their helicopters too. We won't sort of speak of those idiots too much because we don't want to run afoul of the platform, but you know, those idiots that make money out of the generally law-abiding public. Instead of chasing, you know, drug users and drug sellers and murderers and all that, they're sort of, you know, going the soft targets where they can pull in plenty of fines and have a fine old time. Just have a bit of a quick look at this chocolate pudding. I won't bring it out to show you because I don't sort of want it to collapse or anything. But it's been in 30 minutes now, so good just to have a look. I'm sure it'll need the extra 15 minutes. You know, such a big, big, big container of it. Oh yes, it's only just starting to rise on top here, so it'll definitely need the extra 15 minutes. And maybe even a bit more. As it's, you know, the pudding's just starting to rise up and float on top of the sauce, but it's not fully on top. And so not fully cooked, so best to let it for another 15 minutes. So, you know, 45 minutes of my estimation is probably pretty right. I'll just grab my milk. Yeah, speaking about tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday evening's live stream, nasi goreng ikan bilis, which is salted dried fish. I'll just show you the dried fish, because you're probably interested to see that. Dried anchovy. And of course comes from the Asian supermarket. $70 grams, I should look up what that is, but that's the ingredient there. And that little packet, $2, but that little packet will go a long way and will actually do the whole lot of the rice that I'm making. I'm going to be cooking up about 2.5 pounds of basmati rice. You know, it'll be a fried rice production line once again. Have some fried rice to take to potluck on Sunday. I've got some of these, a couple of these nasi goreng seasoning mixes from the Asian supermarket. Racik bumbu, that's how you say it in Indonesian. Bumbu kerang, which is powder seasoning. Bumbu is seasoning. And the Indo Food brand, if you can find that brand, it's a very nice brand and has very nice Indonesian spices and foods and all sorts of things if you're cooking Indonesian foods. It's a very good brand for that. And you could probably find it on Amazon, I'm sure, if you don't have an Asian grocery nearby. And I'm sure you could find the dried anchovies on Amazon as well. I'll add like about 6 eggs into my fried rice, or 8 eggs. That's the anchovies. A Chinese brand, dried anchovies. You definitely want to get, you know, where it says from, you know, Southeast Asia or China or Japan or something like that for your dried anchovies. If you're making an Asian dish. A pound can of tuna fish chunks in sunflower oil. This was $3 at Aldi. So, you know, not too bad a cost. And of course, you know, I'll actually use the oil to fry in that the tuna fish is in. So no waste there. And I think you're better off buying tuna fish or, you know, your different fishes, you know, for cooking a range of dishes in oil instead of being in spring water or brine. I know a lot of the times they're in brine or in spring water, but I think they're nicer in oil. And of course you can use the oil that's in with the tuna fish, you're not wasting it, to fry up like onions or what have you for your dish. I'll just get rid of this stove because my coffee's done, and I'll pour out my coffee. Oh yes, Wild, you're going to make that flour soup again, maybe with a noodle or tiny dumplings. Oh, it'd be great with tiny dumplings. Oh, the mallow fruit and seed pods are yummy. The beet tops are excellent, in it yummy, and the colour, really enjoyed it. Oh, nice. I bet they have nice flavour. Yeah, we'll go for a walk. Jocelyn said it's giant mallow that's growing here as a weed, and I'm wondering if I can use it. So I'll take you out and you can have a bit of a look at it and give me a Wild Edibles ID on that one. I'll just pour my coffee out first. Because it's going to be that, coffee's going to be that blasted hot that it'll need to cool down a little bit anyways before I can drink it. So I'll go and show you the giant mallow, and that should be interesting. If that's the one that you can eat, and maybe you could share some uses with me on how to use it, how to cook it, if it's the edible variety. As you know, if there's some wild edibles growing, I always like to use them if I know what they are. I know I could pour it out from the top, but it always seems to come out in a real rush, the coffee, mate, and then you end up getting more than what you want. And I mean, more than what you want's no big problem, but the cost of coffee, mate, you want the jar or the container of your coffee, mate, just to last as long as possible. I know you probably don't need it. For those of you who are able to get half and half, you know, for your milk, you probably could do away with the coffee, mate. But they don't have that here, and I probably don't drink enough to warrant making half and half myself. And then I buy the container of cream, and I want the container of cream for something else anyway. So, you know, I've got a big over half a quart of cream here at the moment, but I'll be wanting to put a good amount of that over my chocolate pudding. So yeah, we'll just pick up the tripod here and we'll go out and have a look at that wild. And you can tell me about that mallow, whether it's an edible variety or not. I've left it grow, not pulled it out or anything, because thinking there's a use to it. Also, I've got some stinging nettles growing here too, so I'm going to use them up. I'll show you those. So, flipping the camera around. Stinging nettles, wonderful. I'm not going to pull those up. I'll use those. We'll just go and have a look at the mallow. It's rather big though, the mallow, so it might be past being any use. And we'll have a bit of a look at the creek since we're going down here too. Although this is really, really high. It's well over my head. I think it probably goes up about 10 foot or something. So yeah, maybe you can tell me about that mallow wild. Is it edible? I see there's a baby one coming up here. No flowers on it at the moment, but it does have purple flowers on it, and I think it's like a 5 or 6 sided little fruit nut sort of thing that grows on it. We'll just go and have a look down at the creek since I'm down here, and then we'll go back up and I'll chat more and see what I've missed on chat. Oh, we've got a duck swimming around. He's gone when I come down here, but you'll see them more in tomorrow's premiere, when I just set the camera up down here, you know, when it was raining and whatnot. So you'll actually see them tomorrow in the premiere. This was all flooded when I was filming here the other day, so it's a bit muddy. So I've got to be careful walking around there, that I don't get my shoes all muddy. Don't know if I can zoom in on those ducks. Oh, I'd love some wild duck to cook up. Shh. Maybe I should work out some sort of a trap or something. I shouldn't really say that on YouTube because it's not really a kosher activity here. But you know, some wild duck in a red duck curry would be absolutely wonderful. But we'll go back to where we were sitting and see if I've missed any messages, because I don't always see the messages come up on this thing, whereas I will see them on the other phone that I've got running just to catch messages with. And of course we got 1 month of winter officially remaining, but I'd say by the way it's looking, the season will be changing soon, and you know, middle of August probably winter will be done, as it's always a very short winter here. It's not really a winter. I mean, you get a few frosty nights of about 32 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe down to 31. But no snow or anything like that, so you can't really call that winter. This ivy is driving me crazy, although it is starting to sicken a bit. I'll have to get here again and spray it again. I've been spraying it with double strength vinegar, as I heard that will really turn your ivy, and you know, I want to sort of avoid using chemicals, so you know, if I can, a natural method like vinegar. And yeah, it has sort of started to sicken the leaves a bit, so I might give it another hit and keep hitting it with it every couple of weeks until the ivy's dead. As I think ivy's a real nuisance, and I don't know if there's any good to it or not, but it just grows like a weed. So if I give it another good hit with you know, double strength vinegar, you can get some 8% vinegar here, and I'll show you the bottle of that. When we get back to where we were sitting. This Camilla has got flowers on it. Wild, you might be able to tell me about if there's something you could do with the flowers, like a jelly or whatever, if they're safe to eat. Although I love the flowers, so I don't really want to pick them all and lose them, because I love to look at them. They're absolutely beautiful. But we'll go back to where we were sitting, and hopefully you're still here listening to me, Wild, and watching, that you can answer my questions and, you know, share some of your knowledge of wild edibles. And this pink one here, it's just starting. The light pink one, it's nearly, you know, 3/4 of the way through. This red one, or dark pink one, red pink one's a bit later. But I love them, they're beautiful. My chili pepper, a couple of days ago I pruned it and repotted it. Some new potting mix. In about a week's time I'll fertilise it. I don't want to burn the roots after disturbing it, so you know, let it become established and then give it a fertilising. And then we should hopefully get some more chili peppers next season. But we'll go and sit back down to where we were at and see what I've missed. Oh, my pudding's smelling wonderful. Hope I've got I'm zooming things around here. I'll try and get this zoom correct. Ah, that's better. Yeah, I don't want things zoomed too big. Otherwise I'm out of frame. But I'll just check my chocolate pudding again, and then I'll sit down and have some coffee. Well, it's risen to the top, but it's still very jiggly, so it needs to cook, I think, another 20 minutes. It's very jiggly, so another 20 minutes. Which is all good. Shut this door a little bit and have a sip of my coffee and see what I've missed. Oh yes, duck recipes. I do have some duck recipes. Oh, that's interesting, Wild. The seed pods are used in fancy meals, but they take time to collect. They are so tiny but taste good. Yeah, very nutritious nettles. Yeah, I'll use those nettles for some greens. I know they're really brilliant. And I've seen some pesto recipes where they're really brilliant, so I'd like to try that. And I guess while they're young, that's the time to get them. Yeah, Jocelyn was saying that one's called Giant Mallow. She Googled that one. Oh, wow, your Muscovy ducks hatched yesterday. That's awesome. Yeah, you only need the one male or the one drake. That's so true. Well, actually, if you've got a friend with Muscovy ducks, if you keep one, are they your eggs or did you just get some eggs off somebody and incubate them? I would keep one drake, but I'd actually, if you've got a friend with a Muscovy drake, I would swap him with your friend. Because ducks can, like geese can get inbred, and when that happens, they don't sort of live very long. They'll just hatch out and they'll die very soon after. I learnt that as a little girl. I got some geese off somebody, and it turned out that the gander and the geese, female geese, the male goose and the female geese, were brother and sister. And it was a very, very frustrating time because, yeah, she'd hatch out the eggs and the babies, but within a couple of hours after hatching, they'd drop dead. So you want to make sure that your drakes and your ducks aren't related in any way, make sure that they're not related, because if they become inbred like that, even through you're not really knowing, they can be very, very soft and difficult to raise and die very easily. Carp's Homestead, great to see you, and thanks so much for popping in. You've got some great videos there and interesting. I have watched a couple on my watch later list. I don't know if I've got to comment on any yet, but definitely watched and definitely following you now. Yes, you'll need duck recipes. You've only cooked one duck in a crock pot before. It was good, lots of oil. And that duck fat is absolutely brilliant if you can collect that. That's really great for cooking with, and it's got a wonderful flavour. And, if you're frying something or making your fried rice, you put some duck fat in with that and it's brilliant. Yes, it is nice coming in from the cold and smelling pudding. Well, it's not really that cold here today. Oh, yes, you have a pair. She sat on the eggs. They're not related, so you're good. Oh, yes, well, that's good to hear. And if you save hens, you'll take his daughter's eggs and eat them. Yeah, that's a good idea, Wild. And then when you need to, you know, breed a new generation, you know, because mum and dad are a bit old, or if, you know, dad passes away for some reason, then you could swap out one of your drakes and, you know, get another one, unrelated one. Yeah, you just let mum hatch that original pair to keep chicks from. Unless they share a nest, that does happen. Yeah, that does happen. Yeah, what is the temperature? I'll just see what it is. 55 degrees, it's telling me at Frankston. That's here. So yeah, that's why it feels not cold at all. Oh yes, add bread to that recipe of yours and mush it all up. Oh yes, that's a good one, Jocelyn. Oh, that's on Messenger. I just opened you on Messenger, so I'll just thumbs up that one on Messenger. Because I don't know if Jocelyn's still here watching. She's Oh yes, Caveman has a grudge with Darkwing Duck. The Drake almost broke his finger when he got him from the farm for you. Wow. So Darkwing Duck might end up in the pot by the sound of things. If Caveman's got a grudge against him. Oh yeah, he was looking a bit ill, so I took his head off and plucked him, and here he is, cook him up sort of thing, yeah. But actually, you know, a good recipe for duck, you know, there's so many Chinese recipes, Wild, but actually, if you roast your duck and you've got a fair bit of leftover duck meat, you actually put the meat in a Thai red curry sauce. And it's absolutely brilliant in that. Just, you know, if you buy your Thai red curry sauce bases, I do have some Thai red curry recipes here that you could watch and check, but even if you just make the Thai red curry up from the recipe on the can or the jar, it's not as nice as if you're making everything like I do, but it's quite nice and much easier. And, you know, you make your curry sauce and everything as it says, but then add your duck to the sauce. You know, where it says red curry for pork, don't add pork. Just make it sort of, you know, with whatever vegetables and ingredients except for the meat, and then add your duck a bit later on and cook it down. Oh yes, you like Chinese style dishes too, but you can't eat the peppers. Yeah, that sort of cuts out Thai red curry and that sort of thing, because yeah, they often have a fair few peppers in and fairly spicy. Go with a very mild curry, I guess. One that doesn't use peppers. Since you can eat turmeric and that sort of thing, go with something like that. Maybe you know, a Thai massaman curry or something using duck would work. But yeah, go with your milder curries, whatever type of curry that you can eat that doesn't use peppers, go with that. Actually also look up orange duck, Chinese orange duck. You know, it's a Chinese takeout staple, and I should really do a video or a live stream of making that someday. Look that up. You actually will, you know, debone and cut your duck up into chunks, bite-sized chunks, and cover them with a batter or flour them like you do when you're making sweet and sour pork or something like that. And then make your sweet and sour sauce if you want sweet and sour duck, or make your orange sauce if you want orange duck, and it's absolutely brilliant and a great way to eat duck as well. I just checked this chocolate pudding. It's smelling great, but it's probably getting close to being cooked. So I'll take the lid off and just do a prick test on it and just see if it is fully cooked through. It's jiggling on the sauce. So I'm just looking for a skewer, and I'm going to prick test it, and if it's done I'll bring it out. Because it may well be done. Oh yeah, it's done, it's done, it's done. But it's that hot that I can't sort of eat it yet, so I want it to cool down for about 10 minutes before I can serve it up. Don't know if you can see it. But it's floating in the sauce. It's nicely cooked, it's nicely risen up. So it's looking absolutely brilliant. Oh, I should really put a tea towel under that. Hot on that table is probably not a good idea. But it's done, it's done, it's done. And it's looking absolutely wonderful. It's smelling delicious. So, you know, those who have stuck by will get to see it being served up in the taste test. Which will be brilliant. Oh, I'm looking forward to this too. But things will have to cool down a little bit before I can have a taste test, of course. And I do have some fresh cream to go on that. So it's going to be absolutely brilliant. But things are going to have to cool down a bit first, because it's far too hot to do anything with at the moment. I'll just get the cream out. So yeah, big big container of cream from Aldi. Will be just bread on the top of this, but letting things cool down a bit first. I need to be able to touch the container. Oh yes, you've heard of that sound good. Yeah, it is good. You know, your sweet and sour or your orange sauce. Or you could also do it with a lemon sauce as well. You know, think Chinese takeout. Oh, just letting you know, he burnt the table barbecuing. Yeah, those things happen. Sounds like an Arielle Blur moment. Something that I do. I'm going to go and, while this cools down, I'll go and check my mailbox too. And oh, Roundup Rodeo. Hi there, Todd. Great to see you back. And yeah, our chocolate pudding is now cooked, but letting it cool down a little before I serve it out and have a taste test. Oh, the fire is out, but the smoke was white colour. Wow. Sounds quite funny, actually. I probably shouldn't laugh, but it does sound funny. I just, yeah, I better turn my oven off. And I've got this glass lid here, balancing here, that I should shift as well, that it doesn't fall off. Although I'll go to shift it and it's that darn hot that it'll have to balance here a bit longer until it cools down a little. But I don't know if you were on earlier, I got that cooking dish, casserole dish. It came from a thrift store I saw yesterday and it was only $5 with the lid. So a really good buy, and I've been wanting one of those, a large one for casseroles and puddings and that sort of thing. Oh, the loose chicken stole the chicken. Oh, cannibal chicken. But then we do know that chickens are cannibalistic. You know, if you ever have a chicken that gets packed, the others will attack it. As soon as some blood's visible, I'll just go and check the mailbox. nothing there at the moment. I'm waiting on some stickers. I think it was Gail. She was talking about sending me some stickers, so I'm waiting on those. But anyways, back here again. Just quickly went to check. And of course, you know, a lot of sitting in front of the camera. It's always good just to have a bit of a quick walk and a stretch. I want it just to cool down a little bit more, and then we'll have a taste test. It'll be just brilliant. I should move this coffee pot aside just so that we can see what I'm doing when I serve it up. Oh yeah, this is still hot. Just get my glove. Two hours and 36 we've been running, so we'll probably end up being 2 hours and 45 or a 3-hour live stream, which is all good. I've got plenty of chocolate pudding here as leftovers, which is brilliant. Yeah, I probably should pick those nettles pretty soon and use them up, I guess, wild. What if I just cut the tops off? Will they grow again wild, do you know? I've only ever eaten nettles once, and it was somebody else who processed them, so seeing some growing there, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to use them up myself. I don't really know much about how to process them, but I believe if you blanch them, that gets rid of the stings off them. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying them. And yes, I do know nettles are very, very nutritious, and when I tried it, I actually quite enjoyed the taste of them. I thought somewhat like a spinach. That was my opinion of them. So who do we have here at the moment? Yeah, I wonder how Caveman burnt the table. Did he have the barbecue sitting on the table directly, did he? And you know, a piece of charcoal or something rolled out. But certainly does sound interesting. And sounds hilarious. So yeah, who do we have here at the moment? And I'll remind everybody of tomorrow's premiere that will premiere at 7:30 Central Time. We're talking Central Time in United States and Canada, of course. Oh yes. I've heard somebody saying the sting is actually good for arthritis. If you put some leaves sort of where you've sort of got the arthritis and let it sting. So have you heard that, Wild? And is there any accuracy to that one? Maybe I'll try it. One raw nettle leaf and the stick makes you feel alive, yeah. Yeah, I bet you could say that. I think this has cooled down enough that I can serve some out. And I know you're all dying to see how it's turned out. So getting some of the cake. It's still steaming hot. And of course some of the sauce. It's always one of the most brilliant parts of it. Hopefully I'm not dripping chocolate sauce everywhere. Oh yes, totally get that. Yes, an old roasting pan that won't hold water anymore, so you use that to hold the charcoal. Lighter fluid may have dripped through to the table, yeah. I wonder if before you light it, if you lined it, you know, line the old baking tray, roasting pan with aluminum foil, and then put your charcoal on top of that. And then that should stop, you know, the drippage through. So mid-cooking time, the table got hot enough to smoke and fire. He had the pan on the grate on a wood table, so it got too hot, yeah. So of course pouring a good amount of cream out here. Oh yeah, that looks brilliant. I should hold it up to show you next to the camera. Looks absolutely yummy, doesn't it? Get a spoon to eat it with too, and we'll have a taste test. My nose is dripping, excuse me. So giving my hands a bit of a wash, and I'll grab a spoon, and we'll have a taste test here. I should really take a thumbnail of this for and put a better thumbnail on my live stream when I'm done, as I'll keep this one up. It'll be up forever on my channel, as I know everybody would like to come back and see that. Oh yes, turn one upside down with the other on top, and then, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Or I was thinking, you know, like an old cake cooling rack would also work with your pan on top of that. You know, so there's some airflow goes under the hot charcoal pan. You know, that it's not directly sitting on the table or on anything combustible. Oh, I've served out such a big amount. I'm sort of only going to eat half of this to be enough for supper. Hungry now, drooling? Yes, totally understand that. And of course, for those of you in summertime with hot weather, you could make this but then serve it with ice cream. It's absolutely delicious with ice cream, this one. You know, instead of using cream, you know, it's hot weather. And of course, you can eat this one cold too. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. That's absolutely delicious. So we probably should end this live stream and call it a day, and let me relax and eat the rest. And then, of course, I should get some photos to put onto Instagram and the like. So I'm going to thank everybody who's come here and watched, and I'll thank everybody who reruns this later. I'll remind everybody of tomorrow's premiere, a sleep and relax video at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, USA and Canada. I'm also will do my fried rice cook up live. That'll be Friday evening from about, I don't know, thinking when to run that, because I know Lisa goes live too on a Friday evening. So if I run that from about 6:30 Central Time, I think, fried rice production line. I'll also remind everybody of the links down below. I do have a link to my merchandise store, which is situated on Teespring, and there I have like leggings, bike shorts, hoodies, t-shirts, phone covers, tote bags, backpacks, glasses, cups, and much, much more. And I know that there's often, I don't know if it's in Canada, but in some countries, I know the States, Canada, the UK, and I believe the Philippines, it's actually showing the links to my merchandise store under my videos. And I do have a shopping tab on my channel now as well. YouTube gave me that feature, and it is available, that feature, to monetize channels in some countries. So do check that out. Yes, you need to find a snack now. Yes, I can totally understand that, Wild. Yesterday I was feeling like a snack, and didn't have anything to snack on, so I made some quick biscuits and just put some strawberry jam on some biscuits, and that makes a really nice snack with some cream as well. Anyways, we're going to cut things off here, and I'll thank everybody who's come to watch and wish everybody a wonderful evening. I'll give about 10 minutes just to give everybody a chance who's come in late, just to say hello, goodbye, and all of that. Excuse me. As I see, there's been one or two who've come in, so just as I'm talking about leaving, so give any latecomers a chance to say hello, goodbye, and all of that. I should share some of this out with my housemate, so I'll actually get some out and serve some up for her, and you can see me serving some up again. And I'm going to have chocolate pudding for a few days here, so that's absolutely brilliant. I know everybody wants to see me serve it up, so I'll get another. Oh yeah, that looks brilliant. Put some cream on top there, and this cream back in my refrigerator, and go upstairs with that and share that out. And of course, you know, giving the latecomers a chance to say hello, goodbye, and all of that. And a perfect example, just to show you all up close what it looks like. So I'll take that up and Carol, I've got a present for you. I've got a present for you. You can eat it now or keep it for later and warm it up to you. My live stream. From my live stream. Chocolate pudding. Yeah, you can have it now or warm it up later. I've got cream on it though, so you probably want to go into the fridge. But yeah, I'll see who's here, and then we'll cut things off for the day in about 5 minutes' time. As I saw somebody come in, but it might be just they're busy and they're just sort of running it just to help my channel out, which of course is much appreciated. Oh yeah, this is brilliant. I should write the recipe out and post it in the description too. And of course, you know, this will feed a family for sure. Oh yes, no kidding, hungry now. Yeah, I bet, Todd. And of course, this is an easy one to make up. So you could easily make it up yourself, or you know, get the wife to do it. I should paste in the description the recipe amounts. And of course, you want a large deep dish to put it in, to cook it in. I'm guessing this is about 10 inches. This baking dish, round, and it's probably about six or 8 inches high at a guess. You don't want one much smaller than that for this amount, although of course you could halve the recipe and you know, make a smaller amount, and of course it will cook quicker if you halve the recipe. I'm wanting plenty of leftovers, so that's why I made such a big large recipe. And of course many of my viewers have families, so I sort of do family sized recipes for that reason. And of course you could always halve my recipes, you know, for 2 or 3 people. Oh yeah, this is brilliant. making everybody hungry watching with you watching me eat. We're at nearly 3 hours, so we're going to cut it off at 3 hours, so I'm just sort of letting it run. I mean, who am I kidding? I need the watch time, of course, and the views, so let it run. Well, I'll probably I'm going to put some into take out containers and freeze it for another day, of course, wild. So it's good to have plenty of leftovers for that reason. I mean, my fried rice production from last week, I froze a container. So just getting that out, and I'll show you because I know everybody's interested. I've got chicken bones here frozen in little containers like this everywhere where I've roasted chicken legs. So when I've got a good amount, I'm going to make a chicken bone broth. But like that's the curry fried rice that I cooked last week that into take out containers and frozen. You know, to have some meals on hand, it's always good to do, and especially in difficult times like this. I will buy things in bulk and cook the whole lot up and then freeze a lot. You know, it's often cheaper or works out cheaper per serve. If you buy things in bulk and then cook them in bulk, or you know, depending on what you buy, or you know, if you buy a big lot of meat in bulk, we can always split it up and freeze it, you know, steaks or whatever in your freezer bags. I'd love to have a pressure canner and get into pressure canning and canning meats. At the moment, with what I've got, I can only water bath things, which I do, like I'll make jams and pickles and preserves and things like that and water bath them. And of course then I've sort of got some things put aside that I can keep on the shelf in the pantry and not have to rely on electricity or refrigeration for that. But anyways, give everybody a chance just to say goodbye quickly. We'll cut it off in a minute. 2 hours and 59 we've been running, so we'll cut it off at 3 hours and call it a day. Oh yes, I'll always roast. Well, those legs actually came when I bought a heap of chicken legs, were on special for about $1.40, $1.30, $1.40 a pound. And of course I roasted them and used the meat for you know, my fried rice and different things like that. And of course that meant I shredded all the meat off the bones, and then I put the bones into a freezer bag and froze them up. Whether I roast those bones again before I boil them, just to give them some flavour, I don't know. I also keep, like when I'm peeling onions, I keep the skins and offcuts that I just chuck into the freezer, into a freezer bag, and they'll go into my stock pot as well when I'm making my broth. And of course, you know, I've got like an colander inside my stock pot. I just lift all that out once it's done and discard everything in the stock pot. But you know, I'll have it like boiling for you know, probably 12 hours or something just to make sure I extract all the flavour. Anyways, we'll cut things off here, and I'll thank everybody who's been here and watched. Take care, God bless, and until next time, bye-bye.